From the first moment humans looked up at the night sky, the stars were more than just shining lights. They were windows to a mysterious world. Our existence on Earth seemed so small compared to the vast universe. We always wondered, what is our role in this unknown world? What are the hidden secrets of existence? Every person, every civilization has tried to understand their place in the grand scheme of life. Yet, a dark question follows every generation, every era, like a shadow. What happens when we take our last breath? What is the truth hidden behind the veil of mortality? It's a question that provokes not only fear, but also endless fascination. This question has never been fully answered. Instead, it has become the foundation upon which myths, religions, and philosophies are built. From the ancient Egyptians to modern societies, the search for the truth about what awaits us after death shapes our very existence. Artists and creators have tried to capture this sense of uncertainty in their works. From paintings depicting the unknown to musical compositions that evoke feelings of fear and wonder, death has been a source of inspiration. The truth remains hidden, trapped in the mystery of the afterlife. Despite theories, legends, and personal beliefs, the answer seems to slip through our fingers, like a riddle we cannot solve. Yet, the journey to uncover the truth reveals something deeper. The fact that we continue to wonder about the unknown proves how deeply rooted within us is the need to find meaning in our mortality, to answer the countless questions that torment our souls. This journey never ends. Every civilization and every era has offered a unique perspective. From the philosophy of Plato to modern scientific research, each attempt reveals a new way of thinking about the mystery of death. In the end, I invite you to reflect. How do your own views on death shape your life? On this eternal journey, I invite you to discover your own truths as we continue to seek the unknown that awaits us. One of the most fascinating and uncharted mysteries of our existence is the relationship between the mind and the body. From the depths of antiquity to the most modern thought, philosophers have struggled to solve this riddle. What happens when the body dies? Can our mind continue to exist, or does everything vanish with the body? Is the mind a separate entity that can survive? Can consciousness break free from the material world and continue its existence in another unseen dimension, or are we doomed to disappear once our physical body gives up the ghost? If that is indeed the case, then our consciousness will be extinguished, along with the last beat of our heart, like a flame blown out by the wind. But if the mind is merely a reflection of our brain processes, then death will also mark the end of our existence. René Descartes, one of the great thinkers of the 17th century, advocated the theory of dualism. For Descartes, the body is simply a vessel, a temporary home for the mind. The mind, he said, is an immaterial substance not limited by the body. The soul, the seat of our consciousness, can survive after death. This immaterial part of our being could pierce the boundaries of the material world and continue its journey into unknown dimensions, an idea that has haunted human thought for centuries. This idea has profoundly shaped Western philosophy and religion, as well as our conceptions of immortality. Is it possible for the soul to travel, independent of the body, to a world that we cannot see or fully understand? On the other hand, the contemporary philosopher Daniel Dennett questions any kind of immaterial existence. Dennett is a proponent of materialism, believing that consciousness is simply a product of the brain's neural processes. According to him, when the brain shuts down, so does the mind. Consciousness is nothing more than a function of the brain, a fragile construct that collapses with the end of life. If the brain dies, then the mind dies with it. There is no ethereal entity that survives death. Everything ends in silence, with no promise of continued existence. This approach is based on scientific data and research, which show that consciousness is completely linked to the functioning of the brain. Without a brain, there is no consciousness. The battle between dualism and materialism remains unresolved. It is this inner struggle that makes us wonder about the very nature of existence. And perhaps ultimately the truth lies somewhere between these two views, in a world we have not yet fully understood. What about you? Do you believe that the soul continues its journey, or that death is the absolute final silence? Religion has always been a lens through which humanity has tried to discern the secrets of death. Since the dawn of time, people have woven intricate narratives about what lies beyond our final breath. Like a mist covering the unknown, these stories, filled with both fear and hope, reflect our ancient fears and our deepest hopes. Through ceremonies that whisper the names of gods and prayers sent to the darkest corners of the universe, believers seek answers. These rituals are not just acts of faith, but keys that are supposed to open the gates of eternity. Every whisper, every prayer is a seed planted in the soul, bringing comfort and meaning to our lives. In the Abrahamic religions, the image of the afterlife resembles a courtroom. A heavenly judge awaits each deceased person to give an account. Their deeds in life become witnesses and either push them to the gates of paradise or throw them into the depths of hell. An eternal battle between light and darkness, where the righteous are immersed in the embrace of eternal bliss, while the wicked burn in the fire of condemnation. Think of how many souls have wandered through these worlds, how many cries and whispers still echo. Between these two extreme destinations, purgatory stands like a grey zone, an invisible sphere of purification. There souls wait, hoping that repentance and cleansing will finally lead them to paradise. A hazy state where souls seek redemption, some for centuries. In the East, however, life and death are treated differently. Like a wheel that never stops turning, existence does not end with death, but continues in a cycle of reincarnation. The soul, bound to the wheel of samsara, changes bodies, with each new birth being the result of karma, the imprint of previous actions. The cycle of life and death is an endless dance until the soul finds its freedom, escapes from this cycle, and unites with the Absolute. The final destination? Nirvana or moksha, a state of liberation that transcends all human pain, an existence beyond physical reality. Imagine the soul breaking the shackles of karma, reaching a place where time and matter have no power. All these beliefs reveal humanity's ancient yearning for answers. What awaits us there, beyond the last light? Humans have always sought meaning in the face of death. And these different religious narratives are but echoes of that search. Rituals and sacred texts offer relief, a beacon of hope on the dark horizon of loss. And as we look at these diverse narratives, we realize that, despite their differences, they have a common core. The search for meaning, for answers, is something that unites us. Every culture, every religion tries to lift the veil of mystery.